There is mounting concern over the protests going on in Venezuela and the conditions that led to the demonstrations. More than a dozen people have died in recent clashes in the streets as citizens call for the ouster of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. And here in Washington, activists opposed to the Maduro government held a protest outside the Organization of American States. Demonstrators also delivered a petition calling for the OAS to either pressure Venezuela to follow democratic principles or face expulsion from the organization. There was no formal response from the OAS. Meanwhile, the Venezuelan president called a peace conference on Wednesday, but as CCTV's Markovits reports, some key figures were missing.
Repeated attempts by President Nicolas Maduro to engage the opposition in peace talks have failed. The violence in Venezuela has killed at least 13 people and has left hundreds injured. Key opposition leaders such as two-time presidential candidate Enrique Capriles refused to attend a peace conference sponsored by the Venezuelan president on Wednesday. They say Maduro's calls are insincere and they will not attend until the government ends its heavy-handed crackdown on protesters. The Venezuelan president expressed disappointment over the snub, but vowed to press on with the creation of a commission that would investigate opposition leaders over their alleged role in the recent political unrest.
We need to support the Truth Commission that the National Assembly designates so they can put together all of the evidence against the aggressors and the murderers.
The ongoing clashes have rattled the international community, and while Venezuela's warring factions have yet to sign a peace deal, Venezuela is trying to repair its relationship with the United States.
In a symbolic gesture, the Venezuelan president proposed a new ambassador to Washington to try to kickstart talks between the two countries. Maduro has accused the U.S. of secretly backing the opposition protests in order to destabilize his socialist government.
Esta designación, el presidente envía un mensaje.
With this nomination, the president sends a clear message of the level of importance of political and diplomatic relations between the two countries. We consider this essential for peace in Venezuela.
Both countries have been without ambassadors since 2008. On Tuesday, Washington ordered 3 Venezuelan diplomats to leave in retaliation for the expulsion of 3 U.S. embassy workers earlier this month. Tensions are still high between the two countries, and Washington indicated that it may be premature to trade ambassadors.
And as I said, we have indicated for months our openness to develop a more constructive relationship with Venezuela. But again, recent actions, including expelling 3 of our diplomats, continue to make that difficult.
As Venezuelan leaders seem entrenched along political lines, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter announced that he would travel to the country to promote dialogue. President Carter has mediated in the deeply polarized nation before and won the favor of Maduro's mentor and predecessor, Hugo Chavez. Martin Markovits, CCTV, Caracas.